Hello and welcome back to Wordpressproblem.com. And if you can remember, in the last video we were creating a database and adding our SQL file to the database. The next step was to wait for the files to completely transfer into my FTP using FTP file transfer. And those files were like the WordPress files, so forth and so on. And the database file that holds all the content, stuff like that. So okay, now let's get right back to it. Now that we got the files all loaded, now this is on my main domain name. If I was to add it to a different site, maybe like something like here, you would have to wait for the files to transfer, but I'm using my main site, and this is the site we're working on. So I'm going to go down to, well, before I go there, I just want to show you what the site will look like once I transfer all these files into their hosting. Okay, let's go over here and let's just take a look. Now if I go to the site that I'm working on and I hit refresh, it just says establishing a database connection. So there's an error there, and the reason why there's an error is because I don't have my database file set up in my WordPress config file. Alright, so what I would do is I would open up my WordPress config file, and I'm in FTP using FileZilla, and what I would do is right click and then view, edit the file, and once that file opens you can see where it's asking you for a database name and the username and a password, so forth and so on. Now you're going to get that information from the database that you just created in the last video. Okay, so we're going to go back to our hosting, and we're going to go to manage databases, and we're going to click on the database that we just created. In this case mine is GigBuyer, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this information, which is the database name, and I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to open this file back up. Alright, and I'm going to highlight the username and replace it, and because I named the database name the same, I'm just going to replace that also. Okay, and then the next thing is I'm going to add this silly little password that I just came up with, which, trust me, it's going to be changed. Okay, now here you can do one of two things. You can just type in localhost, and that may work, but I always just go into my database here and just grab the actual host link, and I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go back to the file, and I'm going to go ahead and put my host link there, and pretty much I'm going to save it. Now what I do before I save, to make sure all this stays in the same line, is I go up here before the opening and click on it. That way I want my mouse up here, not down here. It seems to save better that way. Don't ask me why. And then I'm going to go to File, Save, and I'm going to go ahead and X this off. And in your FTP, it's going to ask you, it's going to tell you that there's some changes, and do you want to finish editing? And I'm going to click Finish Editing and delete the local file, and click Yes. That's going to load up, and it's going to say File Transfer Successful. Now if I go back over to the website and then I refresh this page, we should have a website that has been transferred. So let's give it a second. And and there it all is. So now this website is live, ready to go, and that's pretty much how you would transfer a website. Simply using FTP and creating a database to make it all happen. Thank you for watching. Feel free to share this video and stay tuned for more videos. I'm going to show you how to add plugins, special themes. I have a lot of free special bonuses for those that follow around, as far as good free plugins, themes, and graphics. So just hang out with us and learn some stuff, and we'll see you on the next video.